Alright everybody, this is Shane with Tactical Gaming. I'm going to make you a video and show you where I'm at on my free-to-play Star Trek Fleet Command account. So this is, I think, 1 day off for 3 weeks. So this will be my 3-week update. And I'm about to hit a pretty good milestone, so that's what I want to kind of go over. So if you look at my, my base, you'll see, other than a couple new buildings I got right here, everything is at level 14, and I am 12 hours away from moving to level 15. So I've done my 14. I got through, and I pretty much got most of my research done. All of my combat research is done, which you definitely want to have before you get out of here. My station research is pretty close. I think I have one left. Nope, maybe I don't. Pretty much done. So, oh, there's my one assembly line. So yeah, so my research is basically finished. I got my extra away team, so I'm ready. I have built up my jellyfish to tier 5. I'm working on getting something there, but it takes a little while for getting my uncommon refined gas, which will speed up a little bit when I get my refinery a little higher. I'm pretty close to getting that up, which will give me to 30,000, which helps me right now get through pretty much any mission I need. It also helps me grind, so that's why I decided to go ahead and move on up to Ops 15 and get moving. As far as my officers, I haven't got anything new, great, or anything like that. Pretty much the same as I had before. The one difference now is if you go to my factions and you look at my Cleon, I am wide open, and I am starting to collect my Cleon recruits every day or two. That's going to open up my officers, because now I'm picking up these officer packs from the Cleons, which gives me these guys. And as you can see, I just started, so I got 6 of Gorkon and 8 Changs, but pretty quickly I'll start maxing these guys out, opening them up, and that will help me get way more powerful on my team. I don't have the Federation open yet, which I need to, so I can get my Spock and my Bones and all these guys and get Kirk up. Kirk's ready to level up if I can get the Federation credits to do it. So looking at faction, my level right now, I'm in another weird spot. This is something you're gonna have to deal with when you first start. So I got Cleons up there at 1600. I'm going for neighbor, but my Federation, when I got Cleon there at the 500, my Federation went to the bottom, right? I was like negative 500. So it's hard to dual grind when you first start, because every time you work on one, the other one goes down. So when I get my Cleon missions done, it drops my Federation down, and then I kind of got to build it back up. So the only way to do that is 2 ways, and I'll show you what they are. So right now, let's see, see right here, so my Cleon War, if I kill 15 level 20 or higher Romulans, right, the problem is for me is I'll get 100 Cleon points, which is great, but then I lose 50. So every time I do my dailies for the Cleon to get my credits and all that stuff, I fall back on my Federation. And the thing is, once you get to where both of the factions are open, then it then turns half, right? You do both of your dailies for both groups, with both factions, and so I'll lose. So right here, I'll gain 100 Cleon and I'll lose 50 Federation. But when I do my Federation one, I'll gain 100 Federation and lose 50. So basically, it splits the difference, and they both go up half as much. So I'll go up 50 Cleon and 50 Federation every day for this mission, and I'll get my recruits for both factions. So once you get to both of them open, it's much easier. But when you don't have them open, you have to be careful, right? Because if I do all my Cleon faction dailies, I lose, say, 100 or so on Federation. Then if I do my daily on here, oops, I didn't want to join it. I do my daily on here, again, every time I go up 800 points for Cleons, I lose 400 on Federation. So it almost makes it impossible if you just focus on one and you don't pay attention. You'll get yourself in a pretty good hole for the other one, and then you can't get there. But if you got them both at the same time, you just gain half as much on both, and you just move them both up. So right now, my focus before my next mission is my next video, which I'll make in a couple of days, is I need to get this Federation to 500. So I'll try to do today or tomorrow, and I'll start showing dual faction grinding. The other way to do it is, so like what I did was I got my, like I said, Cleons up to what, 1600. So I'm kind of safe. I can go all the way down to 500 again. So I got about 1100 I can go down. So what I'm doing now is I went and I started collecting Federation missions, and I've been using them. But so for like this one, nope, not that one. So here you go. So like this one, I'm gonna keep trying to run these missions, which will give me 160 for Fed. Cleon drops 120, but who cares? I just need to get the Fed points up, and as long as I don't drop Cleon down to 500, I could start dual faction grinding. The reason you want to dual faction grind is because, one, especially as a new player, and if you watch Rev Deuce on there, you'll see it a lot. If you're a new player, you got to get these shards. You got to get these Cleon and Federation or Romulan, if that's what you want. You got to get these recruits, because that is how you're going to grow at first. And you want to do it fast, and you want to do it early, because it gets harder to get these guys, because these pools of people. So right now, when you look at my pool, I got, you know, it's a pretty good selection of people, but it grows as you get to a higher level. You'll start seeing a crazy amount of people in there, and then you'll wonder why you can't get your pike, and you can't get, which is getting really close. Look at that, pike 51, which is another huge goal. You want pike. If you can get pike Moreau Chin early, that's what you want, because that turns into you're a hostile grinding machine. Then, if you don't know anything about pike Moreau Chin, you need to go look that up. That's going to be your #1 hostile grinding team. And I'm halfway there for that. I got Moreau, I got Chin, I just got to get pike. But anyway, so you got to do this early. You got to do it often until you can get your team, your recruits built up. As far as anything else, so once I get to level 15, or Ops 15, it's kind of a don't slow down at Ops 15. Just keep grinding, because who cares? 15's nothing. So you'll kind of notice as you're growing on this game that as you get your ops levels up, one ops level does nothing for you, and then the next one is great, right? I can't remember if it's evens or odds, but you can probably look at the ship thing. But so 15, I don't think gets me anything, right? So if you look here, level 15, nothing. But level 16, I start getting envoys, which is be great. So that's my next goal is to get to level 16. So hopefully by my next video, I'm at or beyond level 16. I'll add an envoy or two to my team, which is much better than what I have currently as a miner, right? This is gonna be your miner for a while. He's just a much better miner than you start with, which is your fortunate. Who cares, right? That's not good garbage. So that opens up. The next thing opens up, level 17, your Franklin, which we'll go through a lot, but that is a need when you first start fighting swarms, start doing more dailies, just opens up the game. And then next 18 is when I get my Botany Bay. When I get that, again, that opens up the augment faction. And once you get this going, again, you start getting these recruits, which I don't even, there it is right here, let's see. So you start getting, not this one, you want the one #2. There's an augment recruit #2, which I can't show you right now because it's locked. But what it does is you start loading up on this, and you get your little points. You can get these recruits fully maxed out, which gets you an easier path to pike. So you want to do that as fast as you can. So as soon as I get to Botany Bay, I'm going to be working hard to get my augment recruits to work on my pike, and I'll show you that in one of my future videos. So anyway, that's where I'm at. And just to show you this jellyfish, he's so much fun. So I think the last video I was taking 2 ships and barely getting through one of these guys. Now my jellyfish just destroys them, which is so much better, right? Who wants to sit there and fight one ship at a time? As you can see, I barely lost anything. So yeah, so look, I lost nothing on my hull. My shield will be back in a minute. So I can go and kill. I forgot how many I'm doing now. I don't even know. It's a good bit. 10, maybe 15 every round. So as you can see, if you're looking at these traders, I'm getting 10 Cleon, 4 Federation. I need 200 more or so Federation, so I'm going to have to kill a pretty good bit of these, but I could do it today and get my other faction open. So like I said, my goal right now, open up the Federation faction, get to level Ops 15, get my Envoy built, start mining with the Envoy, start getting my 3-star crystal and getting ready for my next ship, which will be, I think, level 20 or 24, whatever it is, and just start growing, right? Because now, and once, the other thing too, you got to realize when you get to Ops 15, ships can attack your base. So then you got to start worrying about shielding and all that kind of stuff. We'll go over that in my next video. Reality is, there's not much of that. And when you're level 15, if you're going to go try to get somebody's base, it'll take you forever to try to clear that base because you don't have enough storage to take all their stuff. So it's not that big. So don't get discouraged about the idea that you might get attacked, because the reality is, I mean, you can keep your shield up all the time and you don't really get attacked much. Anyway, I'm just rambling now, but so that's where I'm at. Ops 15 is about to happen in 12 hours. I'm faction grinding, trying to get my dual faction going. I'm working on getting my officers built up so I can start working on getting Pike, who I need 49 more to get. And that's where I'm at. As soon as I get to something different, or next week, I'll give you another update. And I think what I'm going to show next week is how to come into this faction space without getting destroyed, because pretty soon these guys are going to hate me, and once they do, as soon as you come into the area, everybody's going to start attacking me. And so if you don't know how to survive that when you're first starting, it makes this game really hard. But I'll show you how to come in here when you're hostile to a faction and not get destroyed in my next video. Alright guys, thanks again. If it helps you at all, or you're interested in some more Star Trek Fleet Command, let me know what you want to see. Subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and I'll make a video to show you how to get whatever you need to learn. I'll help you out. All right, man.